My name is Bonnie Laudeman. I'm from Clarkston, Michigan. I'm on staff as the children's pastor at Clarkston Community Church of God. I'm located in Clarkston, and I've been here for about 23 years. I came here to be the children's pastor and to work with the school here at Clarkston Community Church. I've always had a passion for teaching. One day I'm introduced to a family that goes and rescues women in the sex trade or industry. And we're a bunch of ladies, we're all sitting there looking at each other like, what can we do? And I go home, and I go home at night going, you know, I've been very blessed. I had a great dad. My dad loved me, and when I put on a new dress and I danced for him, he clapped for me. And I met girls that wanted to do that so bad, and their dads weren't there. And so I thought, you know what, God, what do you want me to do? And I did. I fell on the floor and I cried. I went down to the front of the church and I cried. And I said, Lord, just use me however you want. I don't care. If you want to ship me to Africa where it's hot or Turkey where it's hot, you know I hate hot. I will go there. But just have you do it, you know, use me how you want. And that birthed the ministry here at Clarkston Community Church called Light. And we're His Light in the Red Light District. And we work with girls who come in here who are broken and shattered. And I have an amazing team of ladies whose lives are like that. They're putting them together, and we're all those vessels that are all broken, and His light's just shining through. I love an analogy I heard from a speaker the other day that said she brought her little girl a flashlight, and the little girl was playing with the flashlight and playing with the flashlight, flicking it on and off, and she says, Mommy, we have to go find darkness. And that's what I empower my ladies to be, that light, to go out into the darkness, go into the creepiest places we can find, because there are people, children of God, women, children who need to know that they don't have to do the things that they think they have to do to survive. And that Jesus Christ and His love is really the answer to all of that. So He has yanked me out of a very comfortable, wonderful place and placed me in an even spectacular place, even better than I ever thought would ever happen, because He is directing it. He's pulling. He's pushed the box. He's thrown open the doors. He's got me, and I'm ready to go. I've been blessed to be single all my whole life. I don't have to ask anybody for permission to do stuff. He is my husband, and I am His wife, and we just serve Him together. And I adore Him, and I thank Him every day for my call to ministry, and that people support me in that call and think I'm crazy, but they follow. And I think that's because they know that Jesus Christ rules and reigns, not only in my hearts, but in theirs. And when we come together and we make a team, we are the flashlights. We turn on the light, and His light is just everywhere. And so we've been blessed to raise money for a safe house in a country way far from here. We've been blessed to, you know, burn down a strip joint in our area. We didn't actually burn it down, but we're giving the Lord the credit for that. And you know, we have the privilege to go and pray over these places and with women whose lives are being changed, because Jesus Christ is who He is. He's a change maker, and we all have to change. We can't sit still. If we sit still, we're not growing, we're not sharing, we're not empowering people, we're not equipping them, we're not doing any of the things that the gospel calls us to do. And the biggest thing is He says to go. He doesn't say to sit. He doesn't say to go backwards. He says to go. That's why, to me, I teach my ladies, the armor is on the front of you. Everything covers the front of you. That's because we're facing the battle. And that the only thing that goes all around us is truth, and that's Him. And He's all around us wherever we go, because He is who He says He is. The reason I do what I do is because I have to. I have to, in a good reason. When I was called, I didn't realize that my mom and dad, I had this crazy idea to go work in a neighborhood house in Chicago the year I graduated from high school. I was only 16 then, because I went to school a year earlier. And my mom and dad were panicked because I was going to go into the inner city of Chicago and live for a summer. And I just found out 3 months ago that my mom, when I was trying to explain this whole ministry of why I'm doing what I'm doing, she said, Bonnie, she said, when you went that summer, your dad and I went to the altar and said, God, we cannot deal with her any longer. She is yours. So we consecrated you. And for me, that was like a light that went on after all of these years, that my parents supported me. They understood in their way of what I was doing, and what I was doing was because they had consecrated me, and he's been pushing me all along. Just like when David killed Goliath, Goliath didn't fall over backwards. He fell frontwards, and God pushed him. And that's what I feel. He's going, here you go, here you go. And I really do. I want to be obedient, because I love the Matthew West song that says, I don't want to go through the motions. I don't want to go one more day without his all-consuming power inside of me. I don't want to get up there and say, what if I hadn't given everything? I want to give it all. When I get up there, I don't want to have anything left. It's all going to be his.